IPL is hotting right up. Make sure you subscribe and like the cricket.com YouTube channel. Do not miss a thing, and make sure that you put yourself in line to win one of those fantastic goodie bags.
Right then, it's Monday, and it sees the two of the top of the table of IPL 2021, Delhi Capitals against Chennai Super Kings. It's match number 50, and speaking of 50s, we have a man who scored 128 of them across all formats for England and Surrey. Mark Butcher, 128.
Wow.
148 is what my producer quickly corrects me and tells me.
100, if it was that many, was it? Blimey. Should have been a few more hundred, shouldn't there?
Absolutely. Mark, how have you been? Because since the last time we chatted, a lot's happened in the IPL, movers and shakers in the table. Your takeaways?
Well, I mean, the sort of the old order of Mumbai being invincible seems to have disappeared out the window. Their form has been patchy. Probably doesn't even cover it. RCB is still giving their fans heart attacks. The Rolling Stones, Chennai Super Kings, are still top of the pile despite a bit of a hiccup against Rajasthan at the beginning of the week. And all in all, it's still pointing towards some sort of a showdown between the two teams we're previewing today. The rest are battling it out for third and fourth behind them.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting because there's so many permutations and combinations. Now, Delhi and Chennai, of course, who play each other on Monday night, sees only one of them get to 20 theoretically, and then RCB still have 3 games in the bag and they can go to 20 as well. So it could be still fights for that top 2. Remember, the top 2 get a second bite of the cherry, if you like, to go to the final. So let's see how it really unfolds. Now, Delhi Capitals will focus on them first because they eked out a win against Mumbai Indians Sharjah, who are kind of looking good to kind of pull something out of the bag. Talk to me about Delhi Capitals because they've showed different sorts of wins this time around, comprehensive ones, dirty wins, and sometimes champion sides just need to do that.
Yeah, that's true. It was a bounce back win. They needed it, didn't they, after the reversal earlier on last week, and only chasing a very small total. I think they did it in pretty good style in the end. Avesh Khan has been somebody to keep an eye on in the competition. His 3 for 15 was pretty good, and Shreyas continues to show what a terrific player he is. Calmly making a run and ball 30 to get them over the line. So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't a classic, but they got the job done, got the points in the bag, and that's all that matters.
That's all that matters indeed. And they, of course, take on Chennai Super Kings, who have been looking really good until what we saw on Saturday night. And the Royals blew them away. I mean, literally, with a couple of southpaws just doing the business. We spoke about Jaiswal earlier with Sabah Kareem. And then we also saw Evan Lewis and Shivam Dubey come to the party. How pleased were you about the Royals? But more importantly, has it been a wake-up call for Chennai, or is it just a one-off?
Yeah, I mean, Chennai, interesting because, you'd think when a guy makes 100, Guy Quick makes 101 from 60 balls, how do you not make more than 189? That's baffling, really. And then, of course, the sort of like the new ball bowlers then both ship 100 runs plus in their 8 overs behind them, Sam Curran and Josh Hazlewood. So, that could just be a one-off, the small grounds that out there in the UAE and sometimes can be difficult to defend runs on, but still that would cause them a little bit of a worry that they weren't able to make a better total than that after Gaikwod's heroics. But having said that, they're allowed a hiccup, aren't they? I mean, they're on the back of a 4-5 game winning streak, and T20 is such a game with such high risks. And where the odd player can make such a big difference that you're going to lose the odd one from time to time. So maybe that wasn't a bad time for them to do it.
Yeah, having said that, do you think they'd make any changes? I mean, they're literally in the top 2. Do you think they could afford to bring new fellows in the scheme of things? Mitch Santner hasn't got a look in?
Potentially. I know that a lot of the time the sort of teams talk about sort of trying to keep the core essence of the side together, because that the roles become so defined and the winning feeling, etc., is good to go around. But with some of the one or two of the sort of, shall we say, older players in the tournament, it might not be a bad time to sort of freshen up some legs. But I don't think they're going to want to do it against Delhi tonight. I mean, this is a case of wanting to put down something of a marker. Don't forget that all the way back in April, Delhi Delhi smashed Chennai in a similar sort of game where Chennai made 188 and Delhi chased them down, only 3 wickets down. So this is not a team that they want to take lightly, not a game that they want to take lightly, and one that they definitely want to win before they go into their last match against Punjab Kings. On what day is that? Is that on Tuesday? Wednesday. And then they might think about experimenting a little bit once they've secured their top 2 place.
Yeah, absolutely. In terms of your predictions, we'll get to them soon, but talk about the core essence. I mean, Chennai have just used 14 players throughout this season, and that's the least, I think, with KKR in terms of personnel used. I mean, let's now reflect on the fan goodie bag question just for a bit for the viewers watching this. And we're asking you all a simple one today with regards to Chennai Super Kings and the opening stand, because those two have been delivering. It's Faf du Plessis and Ruturaj Gaikwad. We want to know how many runs he'll score in this match against Delhi Capitals. They've been sublime as an opening pair, surpassing great pairs like Shaw and Dhawan, Kohli Padikkal, Mayank KL, to name a few. So let us know in the comments below, and you can stand a chance to win a goodie bag. Let's move on and ask Mark about his predictions, because he also stands a chance to win a cricket.com goodie bag if he gets it right. Remember, Mark, they're going to be playing in Dubai, so it's not going to be a spin fest out in Sharjah that we've been seeing. So more runs on offer. Batsman, who you've got in mind?
Well, I mean, the computer's going to go for Gaikwad again, isn't it? I mean, such has been his dominance in the tournament.
Yeah, and to be fair, the robot has a recency bias.
Well, this is very true. Of course, it does. I suppose, on Delhi's side of things, if you're thinking about Prithvi Shaw and Shikhar Dhawan, you're probably not going to go too far wrong. I'm going to go for Prithvi Shaw.
Prithvi Shaw, that's a bold shot. I don't know if you've been watching the IPL lately, because Prithvi Shaw in the UAE has been ghastly. He's been averaging below 10. He's off face more than 7 balls or something like that. I read an odd stat, but the law of averages.
But yeah, I mean, at some point the boy's got to come good, isn't he? That is if he play. You know what? He might not play, given how terrible those stats are. So let's go for Shikhar Dhawan instead.
All right, Shikhar Dhawan. He's changed his mind. We love that, Butch. So Shikhar Dhawan it is to cancel out Ruturaj Gaikwad, which is Cricket.com's prediction. Bowlers, and you mentioned Sam Curran, Josh Hazelwood, I should say, went all over the park the last time. Funnily enough, Hazelwood actually bagged the man of the match before in Sharjah. Do you think he'll come back good? Because the machine has gone for not him, but it's actually gone for Anrik Nokia, who actually did a decent job against Mumbai as well.
Yeah, he did. He did. I've done this before. I've gone with Shardul Thakur before, and I'm going to go for him again.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because in circumstances where people don't take a great deal of wickets for he always seems to bag 2 or 3. So that's why I'm going for him.
You make a point, because he's India's scored golden armed recently, of course, in ODIs and tests, and even with Dhoni, the last game as well, we saw Thakur at least pluck things back for CSK. So again, a bold shot from you.
He picked up 2 for 30 in a game where they got absolutely mauled. So I'm going with him.
All right, so Shardul Thakur it is. We like that from Butch to stick his neck out. Let's see if he does that with the result, because DC CSK is hard to split, so much so that Crickletic has them 53%, that is CSK, to win this game. Do you concur?
No, I'm going with Delhi.
Okay. And do you think Dubai will fancy them more?
Yeah, I think so. I also think, because if you think I'm right back at the beginning of this, and I was talking about the sort of like the relative age of the CSK lineup, and the fact that obviously they've got an enormous amount of experience. I think these games, particularly given that they last played on Saturday, I think perhaps that this is starting to get to them a little bit. So I'm going for the younger team in Delhi.
Delhi Capitals, I mean, you can't really write them off, because many people thought they might blow the chase against Mumbai, but Shreyas Iyer and Ravi Ashwin just showed some sort of adaptability on a spin-friendly wicket in Sharjah. Let's see how they do against Chennai Super Kings, because that's going to be interesting to see. Right. Finally, we asked you the quiz question, and it's a good one, this one. If you could get it, just name 2 players who played for Delhi and Chennai in the past in the IPL.
What?
2 players who played for both franchisees in the history of the IPL.
Oh, okay. Oh, jeez. Why are you doing
Just
this
you.
to me? These days
Just you.
for Delhi. Okay. What?
We just mentioned one not too long ago.
We did? I can't think. My bro, it's too early in the morning for this. Why do you keep doing this to me?
All right, I'll tell you what. We'll give you one answer, and we'll let the viewers watching this help you out in the comments below. Don't worry, Butch. I mean, I know it's Sunday morning, and I know we're all grumpy, but it's fine. It's all right. We'll let you off the hook. Ravi Ashwin, fun fact.
I was going to say Ashwin. Ashwin was one. Oh, man.
I mean, we just love Mark Butcher, don't we? We'll catch him post-match. And until then, subscribe to the YouTube channel and the cricket.com channel, I should say. I keep messing that up. But nonetheless, thanks for watching. Hope you guys had fun. We'll see you soon.